So my doctor called, but I missed the call and it went to voicemail. She said to call her back. So I called her back and she's on the other line. So they said she'll call me back in a minute with my HCG results. I'm hoping that it's like super high and clearly positive and good stuff. So we'll see. Wouldn't it be crazy if it was 23? Like if the beta level was 23? That'd be cool. All right, they called me finally. They weren't very reassuring. She said that my HCG is 15, which anything over 5 means pregnancy. So I think that's good. But she said that's on the low side. She said that I need to repeat it again on Friday. I want it to be between 25 and 30, so double. But my progesterone is really good. She said it's 24.5, which is really good. And she was basically insinuating that the HCG could still be from the Ovidrel, from the trigger shot, which I don't think that it is. I think that I tested it out and I watched it and I saw it leave my system, and especially the noon test looked much darker. So I'm pretty sure that's what it was. They didn't give me a vote of confidence though. So I'm going to get checked on Friday at 6:45 to see if it's doubled. But she just kept saying that it's low. I'm reading my notes here. She said that it's low. That 15 is on the low side. But that I'm really early, and it could just be because I'm early, and that's why. I keep taking most of my medication, keep doing the progesterone. But she didn't give me a vote of confidence. She just kept saying, oh, the 15's on a low side. We usually like to see it higher than that. And you know, you didn't do the trigger shot, so we probably shouldn't have had you come in until Friday or Monday. So hopefully, I mean, I got a digital positive, which makes me think that my levels are definitely going up, but she was sure doubtful. So we'll see. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Today is June 24th, 2021. I am 12 days past ovulation. I need to check what cycle date. Cycle day 27, and today is 14 days past my trigger shot. From what I understand and what I've researched, the trigger shot usually leaves your system around 10 days after you take it, and usually you can tell for sure it's out of your system after 14 days, so 2 weeks after it should be completely gone. So if I'm still getting positive tests, it shouldn't be from the trigger shot, it should be from my body making its own HCG. Yesterday I got my blood work done and it was 15. My HCG was 15, which over 5 is considered pregnant, so yay, that's good. But the nurse seemed concerned that it was too low, that she wanted it to be a higher number, and usually they see higher at that point. So tomorrow, Friday, I go in for another blood test, and I gotta wait probably all day for the results and see if it doubled. So if it's at least 30, even 25, that's good. It means that my HCG is going up. But in the meantime, I will obviously be taking lots of tests to see how it's going. So I'll bring you along. But I feel nervous because she made me nervous. And also I feel good because it's 15, and I know a lot of other people who had tests that were around 15 when they first got pregnant, and they have their babies and everything was fine. So I hope I am one of those people. It might not be too much change from yesterday on my test because it seems like noon is kind of when I get my like darkest tests. So we shall see about that. But we'll check in on everything. I don't have any more proof tests, but I'll do easy at home LH and pregnancy test, a 1 flow test, and another first response. And then we'll just compare them all, and hopefully it's like a blazingly obvious line. And hopefully when I go to the doctor on Friday, it's like so high that she's like, oh my gosh, it's so high, I can't believe it. That's what we're going for. Oh, symptoms, I almost forgot. So I haven't really had a ton of symptoms so far, but I'm also very early. My HCG is low. This morning I kind of have a headache, like right in the middle of my head. And then last night I was feeling a little bit nauseous after dinner, which has happened like maybe 2 or 3 nights, which I assumed was just from taking my medications, but it could be that I just feel nauseous that night, which I can handle that. I can just like go to bed super early. It'll be fine. All right, let's do the test. I think first response already is gonna have a darker line because it's popping up already. I have first response, I have easy at home pregnancy test and LH test just to see if LH is going up because I'm curious, and my wand phone. Yeah, first response already looks dark. Hold on, let me show you. This one I think is gonna be dark. That's my LH test. Here's first response. I think it's already looking darker. Easy at home, definitely see the line on it. On Fo, definitely see the line on it. I keep telling myself that right now, in this moment, I'm pregnant. The nurse scared me that I won't be pregnant forever, but I think I'm just early. So, reminding myself, these tests are telling me that I'm pregnant right now, and we'll worry about the future when it happens. But I think it's looking good. We just want everything to double. We just want, double every 48 to 72 hours. Like, that's 2 days. So if it's already going up and it's been less than 24 hours later, then that means that it's maybe more than doubling. I don't actually know how that works. Don't listen to me. But that means that it's going up. If they're getting darker, it's going up. All right, here's my LH. It's 0.78, which is not considered high, but technically still high. 0.8 or higher is high on my chart, but still looks very high to me, which can be a good sign for pregnancy. And my trigger shot, at the beginning, it was definitely dark. It got lighter. It went away, and then I think 12 days past trigger shot is when it started to show up again. And then here was yesterday, and this bottom one is today's. I wouldn't say it necessarily looks darker. Maybe it's still kind of drying, but it's definitely still there, which gives me some confidence. First response is really giving me some good feelings. Top was 9 DPO when you could barely see it. 10 DPO started to look darker. That was 10 DPO afternoon. Right here is 11 DPO in the morning. That was yesterday. And then this was at noon yesterday. And here is this morning. I'd say it even looks darker than yesterday. It has a clear pink line. Definitely feel good about the first response because that line is pink for sure. And it even looks darker than yesterday at noon, which was not that long ago. So I feel very good about the first response. Easy at home looks about the same. One Fo looks about the same. I'll show you that in a second. But I feel good about the first response. That's supposed to be the most sensitive. And the line's legit pink. There's no way it's an indent. And it's getting darker, which means it shouldn't be a trigger shot because that's out of my system 14 days after, which is today. So I'm gonna prove this nurse wrong. This one's harder to see because they're not gonna be right next to each other. But that one on the little tissue paper is from today. And then that one right above it is from 3, almost 4 o'clock yesterday. And the one above that is from noon. And the one above that is from 6:45. So the 6:45 one, I could barely see a line on. Got super obvious at noon. And I feel like these last two look kind of the same. So I'm really curious what today's test at noon is gonna look like, because that seems to be the time I get the darkest tests. I feel a lot better seeing that first response. Like, look, that's clearly pink. And there's clearly a line. Even on the camera where it can't even focus, you can see it. It's clearly pink and clearly a line. And yesterday, there was like a line there, but it wasn't as clear or as pink. So, I feel good about that. Still gonna be worried until I get my second blood draw tomorrow, and then I probably won't even get results for a long time after that. And we're supposed to leave today to go visit family, but now I have to do my blood draw tomorrow. So we're gonna leave Friday to go visit family. So that's gonna be stressful because I just want to test every like 5 seconds. So hopefully I can still enjoy my time and not stress too much about all the tests. Once I know that it's doubling, I probably only need to take like 1 or 2 tests a day. I probably don't even need to take any, but who am I kidding? I'm gonna take tests. Good morning. It is 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday, June 25th, 2021. I don't know what it is. Today I am 13 days past ovulation, 15 days past the trigger shot, so that should be completely out of my system at this point. And I have to look at cycle day. Cycle day 28, which is like a normal cycle. Wow. Usually the past few cycles on letrozole, I'm getting my period around 14 days past ovulation, so we're basically in the point where I would be missing my period. So that's exciting. I'm up so early because I am going to get my second beta test today, my HCG blood draw. Honestly, I really need to Google what the difference is between beta and HCG check, because I think it means the same thing and I've been using it the same, and now I'm doubting that it means what I think it means. I don't know. It's too early. I feel nervous because I want it to double. I need it to double at least. I need it to be at least 30 because it was 15 on Wednesday and the nurse made it sound like that was too low, way too low. So I'm concerned that it's not going to be higher, but I've been testing this whole time and it seems like it's getting darker, so that gives me some comfort. I'm doing another test right now. It's drying, and before it even dried, the first response, I can clearly see a pink line. So I'm feeling fairly good and also nervous. I'll feel nervous until they say, yep, it's doubling, everything looks good. So let's hope that happens. They always take forever to get back to me though, so I'm doing the blood test now, but it's probably gonna be so long before I get results. We're leaving to go visit family today for the weekend, which will probably be a nice distraction, but I've got to bring all of my testing stuff with me because obviously I got to keep testing while I'm there. So they're all gonna get a nice view into my obsessive testing. Yay. HCG is looking very high at 1.12. Sorry, that's LH, not HCG. Also look what my temperature was today, 98.23. 23. So I've filled up this trigger shot page, but I do feel like the line looks the same as last night, which is good. And here is one photo compared to yesterday. I think it looks about the same. The one above had a weird like drying thing, but definitely still pink and it's definitely still there. And here is our first response today. I don't even have to like shine it in the light. You can very clearly see. Here it is compared to last night. Looks about the same, which is great. And here it is compared to 24 hours ago, which definitely looks darker. I feel like it's looking pretty good, so off to my doctor to get my blood drawn. Did my blood draw. Now I just have to wait like probably all day for results because they usually don't give results until like 3 p.m. it seems like when they're closing. And it's 6 o'clock right now, so now just to wait forever for results. But I'm feeling pretty good about it, so hopefully it works out the way that I hope. I'm at my uncle's house, so that's why I'm in the car and it's raining, so I hope you can hear me. But the doctor just called. Last time it was 15 on 11 DPO. They wanted it to double to be at least 30 today, which is 13 DPO. And it's 58. It went up so much. It went from 15 to 58. And she said it looks fantabulous and that it's increasing better than they needed it to be. She said that's more like it's what it's supposed to be doing, which is very relieving. So I'm super excited about that. I have to go in for another blood draw on Monday just to make sure the levels are increasing again. And besides that, everything is good. I'm so relieved. I've felt nauseous the whole drive, like up here, so that's good and bad. Bad because I feel nauseous, and good because it means I'm getting symptoms. But I'm so relieved that it's 58. Good morning. I'm in a different bathroom today. I have to be kind of quiet because I'm at my uncle's house. I moved closer. I'm at my uncle's house all weekend. So I have family staying all around me and sharing this bathroom. My immediate family, like my brother, husband, and dad all know, but I have not tested yesterday or told anybody else, so they don't know. And I just took a test yesterday morning, but then didn't test again, so hopefully these look drastically different than they did yesterday. I realized I forgot my easy at home pregnancy tests. So I'll still do my LH test, my 1FO test, and my first response test. But unfortunately, I'll have to wait till Monday to do the easy at home ones. So let's check it. I'm not even done dipping everything, but I already see the line on the first response. Alright, here's LH, clearly super strong, so that's amazing. Here's our 1FO. That looks substantially darker to me and definitely pink. Look at the difference on it. Here is my first response. The top was yesterday morning, bottom is today. It doesn't look that much darker to me, but I feel like the control line looks lighter, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but I'm guessing it is. June 27th, 2021. 15 days past ovulation. Cycle day 30. Still at my uncle's house, but I'll just give you a quick rundown of all my tests. Here's LH, which is super dark. It's darker than I've ever gotten for ovulation. And then 1FO is looking good. Here's first response. This top one was when I did my last beta. It was 58. This one was yesterday, where the lines are starting to look the same. And this bottom one is today, where I feel like I'm starting to get a dye stealer, where the test line is darker than the control line. Yay! I've been focusing on drinking lots of water and staying hydrated and keeping some food in my stomach so I don't feel nauseous. But I've been doing one test in the morning just to check in. So hopefully tomorrow morning it looks even darker. And when I go for my HCG check, it's like quadrupled and it's super high and amazing. Let's hope. I'm back home again. Hooray. Today is cycle day 31 and 16 days past ovulation. A million days past trigger shot, I don't know. Trigger shot's gone. We don't have to count that anymore. If we're going by my pregnancy apps, then I am 4 weeks and 2 days, which is way more exciting than saying 15 days past ovulation. I have my third beta test in about half an hour, and my first levels were 15, and then they were 58, and now we want them to at least double from 58. So that was on Friday. Today is Monday, so hopefully they've gone up to at least like 100, at least over that. But my tests seem to be getting darker, so I'm hoping that is a good sign. And I'm hoping that this morning I get like a dye stealer, which means that the test line steals dye from the control line because my HCG is so high. So that's what we're hoping for. My temperature continues to go up, so I feel like that's a good sign. It's 98.88 today, which in normal circumstances I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm getting a fever, but it seems like a good thing that it's going higher. Probably will level out around here though, because I don't think it can really get too much higher. And symptoms are not really too intense yet. Sometimes I'll have some nausea, and sometimes it's not really cramping, but like some moving down there. So that's it so far, which slightly concerns me that I haven't really had any symptoms, and also I'm happy that I haven't really like felt sick or exhausted or anything like that. So I guess that's good, but let us see how the tests are doing. I'm still dipping tests, but I would just like to say, look how dark these lines are already. Literally just dipped it. I have my easy at home LH just because I think it's interesting to see how dark the LH is. It doesn't mean anything, but I just think it's interesting. Easy at home pregnancy test. I forgot to bring the easy at home pregnancy test with me on our vacation, so I haven't done this one since Friday. So I'm curious to see how it's changed. And then my Onefo and my easy at home, which I'm hoping has a very dark test line and a light control line, and that it's stealing all the time. Let's hope. Here's the easy at home test, which definitely looks darker. We want this test to be darker than this test. That was Friday. We need it to be at least double that. I feel like it will be. Same with our Onefo. I need this one to be twice as dark as that one, which I'm gonna go ahead and say that at least twice as dark. And then first response, this one was my one on Friday. My last beta was 58. This was Saturday, Sunday, and then today, I'd say looks ever so slightly darker than yesterday, maybe the same. I'd say compared to the top one from Friday, it looks darker for sure. All right, did my blood draw. Today's 16 DPO. Hopefully it at least doubles. It was 15 on 11 DPO. 58 on 13 DPO. So hopefully today we're at least in the hundreds. I'm hoping for higher just so that things are good and progressing nicely. Probably won't get results for a long time, probably until 2 or 3, and it is currently like 8 o'clock. I actually have an interview again in 2 hours, which I really don't want to go to, so now I'm questioning if I should go or not. So I'll talk to my husband and see if he says he agrees and I should not go. That's the hope, but I feel like I probably should. Anyways, chewing gum because I felt nauseous. It's a symptom. I'm sad, but also not sad. I hate feeling nauseous. I like have a phobia of it. But if it means baby's growing well, that's a good thing. So let's go home, get ready for this interview, and then hopefully they call me not at 3 p.m. Our doctor finally called. Just a refresher, on Wednesday at 11 DPO, my HCG was 15, which was concerningly low. Needed to double on Friday at 13 DPO, and it ended up being 58, which was way more than doubling. She said today it should have been between 150 and 180, just to keep on a good track. Guess what it was? 299. What? So everything is looking great so far. That is an amazing number, and they're super happy with it. I'll do one more blood test on Wednesday, just to make sure HCG is where they need it to be, I guess, I don't know. And then next week I'll go for an ultrasound, which I can schedule on Wednesday. It's too early to hear a heartbeat probably, but they'll just make sure it's located in the correct spot, and so far for its stage, looks good. They did say my thyroid was elevated, which is kind of concerning. So I get to take yet another medication for my thyroid. I'm pretty sure I'm up to like 13 medications daily, which hurts. I'll be on Centroid if anyone has any experience with that. But $299, I can't believe it. Today I'm 4 weeks and 3 days pregnant. I didn't take my temperature this morning, and I didn't take my LH test this morning, which feels super weird because I'm used to taking it every day for the past, like, I don't know, year. So it feels strange to not do that today. But I still have to take medications. I took a new thyroid medication, I took some nausea medication, and I took my pregnancy tests, which I think are looking pretty good. It just feels weird not to have that step I've been doing for so long. But here's our test today. These bottom two are the new ones. And then this bottom one is our first response. Tomorrow I go back for one last, hopefully, blood draw. And hopefully everything looks good and the numbers are where they should be. Then next week I'll get to do an ultrasound, which is super exciting. So yay. Did I tell you what my HCG was yesterday? Just in case I didn't. It was 299, which is crazy. It was 15 at 11 DPO, which they said was too low. Then it was 58 at 13 DPO, which more than doubled. And then this one was supposed to be at least double, so at least 150 to 180. And it was 299, which is crazy. So that's giving me some confidence and reassurance that things are going the way they should. So let's hope it continues that way. 4 weeks, 4 days today. And I think we're starting to get some dye stealers. Here is our first response from today. I feel like the test line looks darker than the control line. The top was Monday when I went to get my last blood draw. Middle was Tuesday yesterday, and the bottom is today. I think it looks darker than it did on Monday, but it's hard to tell. Easy at home is looking nice and dark. One front looking nice and dark. That one above it is from yesterday, and then that one is from 2 days ago. Here's my wand foe, also nice and dark. This was the one on Friday. Yeah, this was the one on Monday when I did my last beta. This was yesterday, and this is today. Again, I'm not sure if it's getting darker, but it still looks very dark. Hopefully all my tests look good still, even though I feel like they're kind of the same darkness, so hopefully the numbers are where they're supposed to be. I know it jumped up a lot on Monday, so maybe it just needs to stay around there. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be now, but hopefully it's where it's supposed to be, and then next week I can do my scan. Let's all hope. So I'm at work, but my doctor just called, and they said this morning that my HCG theoretically should double every 48 hours, but once you start getting higher into pregnancy, it doesn't necessarily double every 48 hours. So I was at 299 on Monday, so I should be, she said in an ideal world, I should be around 600, like in the 600s. If it was 500, that still would be great. She said really if I just had a 60% increase, that'd be good, because my numbers jumped up so much the last time on Monday, so even that would be good. But she just said that they were 617. 617. She said if it was in the 600s, that would be the ideal world, but basically did not expect that, but they are. So now I feel like I'm at the point where I'm supposed to stop testing, but I don't know if I can. So we'll see, because I'm so used to testing every day, every single day for so long. I've taken an LH test, I've taken so many tests, I've taken multiple LH tests a day, like I've taken my temperature every morning. Like it just feels weird to not be doing that stuff. So I've like been doing the testing instead of the LH stuff. But if I don't wake up in the morning and do testing, that feels weird. So we'll see about that. But right now I'm 4 weeks and 4 days pregnant, and HCG is up to 617, which she said is perfect.